It's Week 8 of the NFL. And coming up, it's the Commanders' veteran running back. He was steady for them on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Commanders and the Broncos under the lights on Sunday night.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. If they get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
I love today's NFL because it is high-flying, big-time action, some risk involved, but how about him eliminating all that last week? 3 touchdown passes, incredible yardage.
Yeah, almost 400.
Big-time game.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Commanders, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Taken down at the 30. But Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played when dinosaurs roamed the earth, you didn't hear next man up. You heard, oh, no, we've got to put in Davis.
He's going to air one out. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 15 yards down to the 15 and a first down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, but it'll be second down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. 3rd and 2. Now Wilson. Toward the pylon. Caught. Touchdown, Broncos. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 16 carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
To throw on 2nd down, Goldstein. He completes it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the all of a sudden make your catch, see some open.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Previous play is under review.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 1st down, Goldstein. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And some room to work. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On first down, Means. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Robinson up the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Wilson. He'll get that complete to Albereau. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down. Now Wilson. It's complete to Brown, right side. 2nd and 7. Up the middle, it's Williams. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And 6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. Wilson will throw again. He's got him in, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's a 1st down and then some, a 32-yard pickup. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. Touchdown! Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. That time a 9-play drive. And it was Javonte Williams who capped it all off with a touchdown reception. Fielded right around the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson in the Commander offense. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. First down now, but that clock rolling. Operating from the gun, Goldstein. Man open is Robinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up. On the move to his left. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. Now Wilson on first down. And this will be caught by Brown. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the shotgun, Wilson. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Again, Wilson. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. On third down, Wilson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Patrick Mahomes, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And things didn't work out so well as they fall to the visiting New England Patriots. Christian Kirk, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and the Dallas Cowboys. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Broncos in that first half. And they've had all sorts of success thus far tonight throwing the football, as they're on pace to throw for 300-plus yards if things continue the way they've been going. Meanwhile, for Washington, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game. Both teams currently making their final adjustments. We're getting ready for the second half. So we'll send it back up to FedEx Field and hand things back over to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. From the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half, because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
64 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Looking to throw. Goldstein. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Goldstein. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 20-yard line. There's Wilson to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
On 2nd down, Williams. And some space here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing is Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Robinson toss play left side. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. So call that a 56-yard punt with a return of about 11. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 24. To throw is Wilson. That's caught left side by Judy. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Now a give up the middle to Williams. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
It's It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Got a man. It's Judy, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Williams. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They go play action here on 1st down. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Goldstein. Going right side here, and that's complete.
He's got room at the 30.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On the counter, this is Robinson.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Robinson.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Out quickly to Judy.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wilson.
Right back to Judy, and it's complete.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. And this is going to be intercepted. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Important extra point up and through, and the lead is now 21-14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. So here is Wilson and the Broncos. Down 21-14. A minute 46 to go. The late fumble gives him unexpected new life as they come up 1st down. He finds his man complete. That's Brooks. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And that's caught by Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Wilson to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Brooks. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
This is caught. It's Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Now Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hicks. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Now Wilson.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Commanders have just about sewn up this football game.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Let's go.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. So a victory here for the Commanders.
And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Commanders,
They remain one of the hottest teams out there.